Hi Aquarius, welcome to your reading. We already have some cards that jumped out, but if you're new to the channel, I do timeless readings, which means that whenever you find this particular video is when you're meant to hear the messages within it. And in case you subscribe, I upload my new videos for Leo and Aquarius on Fridays. So just as a heads up, I usually don't take cards that fall in big groups. But I think I will mention that you have very notable death energy here. So I feel like there's a very large change taking place right now. And it has something to do with some kind of a message. Page of Wands is fire signs, so that's Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. So for some of you guys, those might actually play important roles. And I definitely sense that there's going to be some kind of strong change there. But I feel like that's very periphery for a lot of you guys. It almost feels like it might be energy that's off in the distance. And for some of you, it might even feel like it's energy that's very far away, like physically far away, distance-wise. Well, but like I was saying, whenever you find this video is when you're meant to hear the messages within it. And in case you subscribe, I upload my new videos for Leo and Aquarius on Fridays. And the deck that I'm using today is called the Kawaii Tarot. Also, as always, if you guys are interested in getting a personal reading, the link is in the description. And I apologize beforehand. I apologize in advance if it's a little hard for me, for you guys to understand me, because I'm fighting off a cold. But I think I'm at a point where shouldn't be too detrimental to the reading. But just as a quick reminder, if you guys enjoy the reading, leave a like or a comment, because I really like to know if these readings resonate with you guys. But finally, getting on to your reading, you have the Sun card as your overall energy, Aquarius, and I could not be happier for you, because the Sun card is the happiest card in the tarot, right? And for some reason, I'm getting beaches, sort of the symbolism of a beach. So a lot of you guys might be heading off to a beach. I'm getting that a lot of you guys might not live close to water, or it might be a little bit further away. So it's kind of like a treat that you get to go to the beach, or maybe you haven't even gone in a long time, or there might be a situation that involves a beach for at least one of you guys. But the Sun card is an amazing card to have. It's the happiest card in the tarot, and oftentimes it talks about rekindling your inner child. So I feel like now is a wonderful time to really indulge yourself in all of that childlike wonder energy. So if there's stuff that you like doing, like writing or drawing, or if you have some kind of hobbies, now is a fantastic time. Because I feel like whatever creative endeavor you take place in right now, it's going to make you really happy. And now is just a really happy time. And there's a lot of positive energy coming forth starting today. But in your reading, you have the Ace of Swords in the same column as the Knight of Swords. And that to me really makes me feel as if there's going to be some serious clarity occurring here. Because the Knight of Swords talks about messages and movement, and the Ace of Swords talks about clarity. So I feel like there's going to be messages coming in either from you or to you. Well, I guess that's kind of self-explanatory. Messages either come to you or from you. But I feel like there's going to be a lot both ways. It's not going to feel like one-sided communication, and there's going to be revelations on both sides, is what I'm trying to communicate. And I feel like that's sort of where you're at right now, is that communication is coming very easily to you guys. And I feel like very recently you might have had this issue where you maybe say something and it's taken out of context, or maybe people don't quite understand you or something like that. But now you are definitely in a mode, in a state of mind where people just kind of get you. And if they don't, then you explain yourself in a way that is able to control the situation, right? So your damage control is on point right now. And here, I want to point out that we have the Ace going into the Two of Swords, and then we have the Two of Wands, Three of Wands, and Four of Wands. And that makes me feel like you guys are going to see a lot of progression right now. You guys are going to feel like things are actually moving along. And I feel like you guys have felt or stuck in a rut for a long time, but now the ball's finally moving for a lot of you guys. I also feel like there's a very notable King of Pentacles here, and the King of Pentacles talks about earth signs, right? So that's Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. So I feel like for a lot of you guys, you might be dealing with a lot of those signs, and they might be very instrumental to you, because I see this Two of Wands, and the Two of Wands to me is the planning stage of a new situation, right? Whereas the Ace of Wands is like a new beginning that's fun and exciting, and you're sort of taking it all in. The Two of Wands is you've taken it in, and now you're sort of trying to make a game plan, right? And I feel like either you are making a plan and this King of Pentacles person is part of your plan, or this King of Pentacles person is making a plan and you are part of their plan, right? So I feel like this King of Pentacles person might be your boss, or you might be their boss almost. I feel like that might be related to work for some of you. But with this Three of Wands here, I definitely get that you guys are probably in the later stages of your plan, and now you're sort of dotting your I's and crossing your T's, and you're ready to set everything in motion and see what the results of your plan are. See what the results of what you've been working on is. And I feel like like I said, for a lot of you guys, that might be in the work sphere, but at the same time, that might be that might be something that isn't super related to work, right? So I'm getting that it's a whole different type of variety for a lot of you guys. For some of you, it might be just a problem that you've had that's been nagging at you for a long time, and now you're finally able to put it to rest, and you're finally able to come up with a solution of some kind. And you have the Four of Wands in reverse. So the Four of Wands to me talks about the commitment level. It's my commitment level up card, right? So oftentimes I liken that to a romantic sense, but it almost feels like it's commitment to your plan. So there's the concern here that because fours are stabilities, fours are very sort of fixed energy, not necessarily yielding, the symbolism of the four. And the wands are very passionate and driven. But I feel like with this energy in reverse, you guys need to be a little bit more open to change. You guys need to be a little bit more flexible. And I feel like with all this newfound communication that you have with this Ace of Swords and this Nine of Wands, you're going to be able to handle anything that comes at you. I'm also looking at this last part here, and I feel like this is the source that's causing you the most grief. Because you have the Nine of Cups in reverse, and then you have the Two of Swords. Two of Swords and the Nine of Cups in reverse. The Nine of Cups in reverse talks about in the upright, it talks about wish fulfillment. And in reverse, it talks about blockages. And I feel like what this blockage is sort of you not knowing exactly what goal you're working towards. Especially with this Two of Swords, that indicates confusion, stalemates, indecision. I feel like you're trying to work towards a goal, and sometimes it changes, and you're not quite able to pinpoint what it is exactly that you want to do. And I think that's okay. I think that you need to sort of roll with the punches right now. Because like I was talking about earlier, with this Four of Wands in reverse, you guys need to be a little bit more open to change. Be a little bit adaptable. you guys are a fixed sign, right? So you guys are no strangers to setting your goals or setting your sights on a goal and then working towards it until you achieve it and moving on to the next. But I feel like right now isn't that time. It's time for adaptability, and it's time for you to do your best to find what the solution is, even though it might not be apparent immediately. And I feel like no matter what you end up setting your sights on, you're going to end up with the Sun card, right? So it's strong reaffirmation that you're not going to get the short end of the stick here. But I feel like right now is a time where the journey is more important than the destination. And I feel like this is one of those scenarios where you're only going to find your solution by working through it, by getting your hands dirty. And I feel like you guys have been avoiding doing that. You've sort of wanted to have a degree of separation from your issue. But now I feel like is a time to just write something down. Even if it's not in your final draft, get the ball rolling. But I just want to reassure you guys that no matter what you do, just do it because you're going to be successful in the end. And that was your reading for this time around, Aquarius. If you enjoyed, please consider leaving a like or a comment because it really helps out the channel. And I personally really love to know if these readings resonate with you guys. Also, I wanted to bring up the fact that I just looked at my clock and it was at 11:33. So you guys might be seeing some synchronicities. Very powerful. And like I said before, I upload my new Aquarius videos on Fridays. But in the meantime, you guys are more than welcome to watch any of my other timeless readings that I have up on the channel. And with that being said, I hope to see you guys next time for your next reading.